Isaiah 41:10 reads, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not anxiously look about you, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you. Surely I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Now, have you ever tried to accomplish a task that required more people, but you tried to do it alone? As a senior in high school, I was a lifeguard, and we spent hours and hours each week retraining and training and retraining to perfect our ability to potentially save somebody's life. And I'll never forget this one drill. The purpose of the drill was that there was a dummy at the bottom of the deep end of the pool. So we had to dive down and grab the dummy. Now the dummy had acquired what we had called a head, neck, or back injury, which basically meant when we retrieved the dummy, we couldn't just pull him to the top. We had to do so in a very specific manner to make sure that their spine stayed in a perfect line to prevent any further damage. Now diving into the pool, I felt confident. By the time I got to the bottom, I had grasped the dummy the way that it was supposed to happen. And not being able to use my hands, it was a little difficult. So the dummy, weighing about 150 pounds, was in my hands, and I was swimming to the top. And it was about halfway to the edge of the water when I started to realize that I was running out of oxygen. I started to get that panicky feeling. Maybe you guys have felt something similar. So I kicked as hard as I could, and I kicked, and after what seemed like an eternity, I finally reached the edge, gasping for air. Now, the Israelites were in a similar situation. They weren't in a pool or lifeguards or anything like that, but they were in torment. They were panicking. They felt hopeless. And God wrote to them this verse, "Do not fear, for I am with you." He had a lot of different things he was trying to accomplish by telling them this. And the first one was that he wanted to remind the Israelites that they weren't alone. The first part of that verse, when we read it again, says, "Do not fear, for I am with you." So the Israelites were not alone. The second thing was that he wanted to explain that they could have a relationship with him. As we continue, so do not fear, that I am with you. Do not anxiously look about you, for I am your God. Now, when you say that this is something, this is my thing, or I am my wife's husband, that means I have a relationship with her. I belong to her. I am her husband. It's the same thing here. God was telling the Israelites that I am your God. So to retrace the steps, he is with us, and we can have a relationship with him. The last thing that he writes was to remind Israel the power that he has over anything that the Israelites could face. As I continue, "I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you. Surely I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." So God has the power. We have the ability to be in the presence of God and have a relationship with God. And God has the power and ability to overcome any circumstance that you may come across in your life. So I challenge you today. Take time today to display your faith in any way that you can possibly think of. Whether it's wearing a Christian t-shirt that you might have, or maybe some Christian jewelry, a cross or a Jesus necklace or something similar to that, or you can tweet a Bible verse, or on our website, we've also provided a logo for the I Am Not Afraid challenge. If you wanted to, download that logo and put it as your profile picture. Just do something today to display to anybody out there that you believe in God and that you are not ashamed of him.